Okay, um, this is my first video blog. It's the 9th of November 2011, and I've got a channel, JagKing69, on YouTube. You know this because you're watching it now, and I've republished lots of other people's videos on there regarding signs of the times, harp, etc., etc. So I've just wrote a little article a while ago, and I'm just going to read some of it for you now, which basically covers a lot of those areas I just, of signs and conspiracy theories. Um, so I'm just going to read some of it for you. Through reading the Bible and further research of signs in the world, there is something catastrophic about to happen. There have been many people speaking about this in the past, about the end of the world as we know it. I'm sure many of you heard people saying the end is nigh, or you've seen in the movies, etc. In Matthew 24 it talks of signs of the second coming of Christ, plagues, pestilences, earthquakes, diverse places. Don't you see all this happening today? AIDS, HIV, famines, hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, floods. I'm sure we've all heard of the New World Order, right? Well, actually, the New World Order requires 80% of the world's population to be killed off, so the minority that is left are the type of number of people that they will find easier to control. And by controlling them, they can control them by religion or by various other means as well. Most of these so-called disasters are mostly man-made, and they're all designed to kill off the world's population. Man controls the food industry and knows exactly where there is famine, and purposefully doesn't service that area with food or nourishment or anything like that so as to kill off the people, killing them off with famine and starvation, and are sick, and they're very, very wicked people. They're using HARP technology, HARP being H-A-A-R-P, HARP technology, that causes a lot of these disasters around the globe. You might have only heard of maybe 6 to 8 huge earthquakes that's happened this year so far in 2011, where in actual fact I think there's been 128 or more, which are all over the Richter scale of 6 or 7. But we don't know about all that because the media doesn't tell us. You don't hear about it on TV or in the newspapers or on the radio or whatever it is you get all your news from. The media, of course, is controlled by the Zionists, and the Zionists are those who have got their ancestry back to the Jews, the same Jews that killed Christ. So they're the ones that control what you know and what you don't know about what's happening in and around the world now, today. Did you realize just how much we rely on the internet, and so much that they are not telling us that they're telling us that the internet is overloaded, that there's too much information traveling, too much traffic over the internet, and it's not as robust as it should be, and it will crash. Well, that's a load of rubbish, because look at the technology. How can they not make the servers more robust? So the world is now a global village because of the internet. That will change in 2012, I believe. Because they're going to crash the current internet as we know it, the service, and the new service they'll introduce will be supposedly more robust, whatever. The big difference in the new service will be that at the moment they cannot control how we use the internet. They can't stop you from uploading or downloading videos and the information you're reading, which is obviously right now looking at this. But with the new service, when they put it in, they will be able to control where you go, when you go there, for what you're watching, they don't want you to see. I mean, currently they've taken thousands of Christian websites off the internet. With the new service, they'll start charging you for likes of Facebook, MSN, Skype, where all these popular services at the moment are free. So 2012 will be the end of the world as we know it. It'll be the end of the freedom of information, sharing, learning, everything that you can do on the internet currently. On another subject, recent riots in Europe. which started in London and then supposedly knocked on everywhere else. That's rubbish because that was all controlled, that was all initiated by the underground criminal element. Well, they're not so underground because they're the people that govern everything else. They controlled those riots, they made those happen, and they're the self-same people that put the guns and knives on our streets as well. It's all to create fear in the people and to increase the demand for more police on the streets. Having more police on the streets will then eventually make it a police state. Having a police state will then incur curfews. Having curfews will then mean we'll have to carry ID if we want to be around the street that time. So we have to carry IDs, and of course with IDs, they have ID cards, and then obviously ID chips, which I'm sure you've all heard about as well. So that's another subject we can cover some other time. Music. Are you being controlled by the music you listen to? What is the type of music you listen to? The TV you watch, the music videos. It's all designed to dumb you down. Dumb you down with subliminal messages, cause you to just want money, junk food, drugs, alcohol, and sex. And come on, we're all prone to one or two of those or some of those. Again, it's all controlled by the media to stop you asking questions, just so you only know what they want you to know. You only believe what they want you to believe. And you become like sheep. Go where they want you to go. Have you seen the movies They Live? There's a movie, I think it's from the 80s, They Live. And it's all about how aliens are taking over people. And the guy had the special dark glasses. You have to look through the glasses and you can see all the subliminal messages through the billboards and the posters and the movies, etc. And he could actually see the aliens as well through these glasses. So it's a very important movie because they've given you all the information in these movies that people don't believe now. There was that series in the 80s called V, I think it was V, where aliens came down and took over people's bodies. Everyone loved the series. They're reptiles, reptilians. David Icke talks a lot about reptilians. I personally think it's a little rubbish in the way he says it, but I do believe in the devil and his angels possessing people and people allowing them to be possessed. And of course, like ghosts, they mimic the ghosts. They mimic people who you've lost, who have died. So you believe that there's ghosts. That's rubbish. That's the devil and his angels. Again, that's a whole other subject for another time. The Matrix, I'm sure you've all seen The Matrix, you've heard about it. The Matrix is a hugely important movie because it's putting in your face what this world is. It is a matrix. They govern everything you see, everything you think, everything you do. And of course you have to unplug yourself from the matrix. You have to learn the truth. And as Orpheus says in the movie, I can't remember what he says, but it's something about the truth anyway. But it's about the truth. Do you want the red pill or the blue pill? Another movie called Gattaca. Gattaca is all about DNA and what they can do with your DNA. They can trace you, they know who exactly you are, they can pick up your whole profile just from a hair on your head. Gattaca, The Matrix, They Live, there's whole loads of other movies. Technology, there's loads of technology in the movies as well that you need to look up and find out about, which we can cover more so. Of course, you can give me messages if you want to find out, or for me to tell you more about all these things as well. So there's so much more, so little time. There are big things coming, and we must know who we serve, God or the devil. So this is me, Jason, signing out.